All right, people, it's another Sincerely Accra episode, and I am back. Yes, the people's favorite podcast. My name is Joseph Inti, and we are brought to you kind courtesy of the Gold Coast Report. That's the GCR network. Quick shout out to my co-creator and producer, Mr. Kwame Asante. Yes, we're seated in the studio, and today I have a very special guest. You know, I've been jamming to Scatter Scatter for a long time, and I am so happy that I get to speak to this individual. Oh, she's everything. Okay, you know, silent applause in your head because you're listening at home to Fave. How you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm great. You smell so nice.
Thank you.
You enter the studio, everywhere change.
Thank you.
Anyway, so is it really true that you can't dance to save your life? Because me, I've seen your videos. Yeah? I feel like you can dance. Or that was just lyrics.
I mean, I can dance. We all can dance, but like to save myself, not really.
Really? I don't believe it. All right, so I know you're called God's Favor. Is that where your name Fave comes from?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the thought process like? You're like, I need a stage name. What was the process like?
Yeah, I'm not really good at naming things or naming people or names in general. Like when it comes to naming my songs, it's usually like, it's war. You know, it's like, that's probably like the hardest part of making music for me. So when it came to, what's your name going to be? Like, there were so many options. Like,
can we hear some of the options?
I definitely thought of Fire, like
Fire.
F-Y-E. Because that's just the only thing I could think of when I think of me, like the best way to describe myself. Because I'm not really a big fan of my first name. I tell my parents all the time, like, God's Favor is too much. Like, you should have just left it at Favor.
Favor.
Yeah, like Favor is enough. So I just had to I wanted to go as far as possible for my first name.
Right.
But Fave just really worked.
Yeah.
When I thought of it, like, short form of favor and, just put an E
over there.
Because sometimes people see FAV and they're like, Fav. I'm like,
really? Who says Fav?
Yo, a lot of people have said, I know, you know yourself.
Hi. Okay. All right. So I know I watched an interview where you said, you couldn't really do music until you got to university, because that's when you could get a studio and stuff like that. Was it parents were not really feeling music as a career? Why do you think that was?
I guess every African parent, they're really just focused on you not getting distracted, you not letting anything take your focus away from education. So that's really what it was for them. They're like, how are you sure this music thing, you really want to do it, You might just be this might just be a you thing right now, Next year you might not really be feeling like this is the way you want to
phase.
Go. Yeah, a phase, exactly. Or my parents say a hobby.
What else do they call it?
Yeah, so man, that was fucking crazy, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, feel free. We say everything on the show.
We
are very unserious, but we are serious. Yes, it was fucking crazy.
Yeah, so when I just moved away from home and I had breathing space, enough not to tell them what my schedule is every day, I'm not in the house now, because my school is several states away from my home. So it was I have the opportunity now to do something. And if I do it and it makes sense, all is good in the end. If I do it and it doesn't make sense, at least it's a mistake I know that I made, rather than not trying it at all.
You know what you just said? It reminds me of this IRSA song, If I Cast, I Cast.
Yeah,
right? I think that's what she was talking about. You just run your own P. Yeah. So what was it like finding? So is it like somebody told you about some studio on campus, or you were trying to find music-minded people?
Well, I think that one was pretty easy. The way uni is, you just meet people without really even wanting to meet people. So it's it was just one of my hangouts with my friends that I suddenly met this guy. His name is Rhythms.
Rhythms.
His name was Rhythms. Yeah. He's so rest in peace. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because he passed away some years back.
Oh, okay.
So it was just he has a studio at his place. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's cool. Can I come over and record this song? He's like, yeah, come over, let's record this song. And I recorded my first song ever.
Had you ever written music before, or you just went there?
Yeah, no, I've been writing.
I've been
writing and singing, creating songs for as long as I can remember. Right from when I was really little. So that was just my first big step into like officially making music, like recording.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know you grew up in Anambra State.
No, I grew up in Akwa Ibom.
Ah, really?
Yeah, I'm from Anambra.
Like, you're from Anambra, but you okay.
I grew up in Akwa Ibom State, in the south.
I see. Sorry. No, but do you find that you have any influences from either Anambra or Akwa Ibom, like in
like
you,
musical
your music?
influences?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
At all.
I don't know. Maybe church could have probably influenced my music definitely because I feel like the type of or the song selections in churches in the south is different from song selections churches in the west and in the east. So definitely because I was in the choir right from a very small age. I think 6 years is the youngest age you get to.
You are okay. Which part did you sing?
Alto. Yeah, you know I have very deep voice thing going on for me. So I just really loved singing like
alto. I see.
Stuff. Yeah,
right.
So I feel like that background definitely did shape my music. Yeah.
So I know you studied law. Was there ever a time where
I'm studying?
Oh, you're still studying law?
I'm studying
okay.
Law. They don't want to let me go.
That's your parents' backup plan.
Yeah, free fave.
After everything. Should we start a hashtag for you?
Yeah, please, free fave. Oh, my school, I don't know, man. They just drag out the sessions for way too long. But I'm gonna be done soon. A lawyer and an artist.
I know Fowl's Bad Guy is also studying law, and then no, he did law, and then he's now a full musician. Yeah. Do you think you're ever going to practice, or you're just gonna, get a certificate and say, "Mommy and Daddy, thank you," and then move on?
I don't know if I want to out my plan yet.
Okay.
I want it to be a surprise.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So I want to look back at, when you decided that music was something you wanted to do. Was there a particular individual whose work just inspired? Because I know I did a little research. You like Adele. Yeah. I'm forgetting the names, but was there a particular artist whose artist you just looked at and said, I have to do music?
Yeah, definitely. Adele is number one.
Number one?
Yeah.
What's your favorite Adele album?
It's really hard to pick. That's the thing. With someone like Adele, for me, the way I love her is really, really hard to pick. Like, all the albums they embody something that
different.
Yeah.
For me. Especially how she sequences it around her age and stuff like that. Yeah. So aside Adele, who are some of Fave's other influences?
Sia is like
Sia.
Yeah. Lord is a big influence in my music too.
Oh, okay.
You know Lord.
I know Lord. Yeah. I never seen a diamond. I forget the lyrics, but I know him.
And Lana Del Rey is very, very big influence in my music. For the guys, it would probably be like mostly dancehall guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like Sean Paul, Shaggy.
Get Busy.
Yeah, those are like the people that when I used to listen to them growing up, I used to see myself in that light. In that
light, right,
yeah, their songs were very, very inspiring for me. I took a lot of notes from songs.
From some of them. Yeah. Okay. So was your first song ever, was that Me or Mask?
My Sins.
My Sins. Yeah. Was that your first song?
Yeah.
Because that was the earliest song I could find.
That's my first song.
Okay.
Yeah.
You wrote that yourself?
Yeah, that's the one I wrote. And I recorded at the studio, the producer.
Rhythm Studio, right.
Studio.
That's a really nice song.
Thank you.
Wow. So the writing just comes naturally to you?
Yeah, my style of writing has definitely changed since then because now I'm trying to be less deep.
Why?
I don't know. I'm just trying to tone down my poet side and like pay more attention to like the musical side.
they can marry now. They can be.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm making them marry instead of just because that poet side of me was like, it could also be very restricting. Let me put it that way. Because it gets to me when sometimes I let it get to me when the lyrics are not really too deep, and I don't think that should be a thing.
Oh, I see what you mean. It's like every time you write, you want it to be so deep.
Yeah,
and
I want it to be so deep. Okay. I don't want it to be basic. I don't want it to be something that I've said before, or I don't want it to be something that is said so plainly. Like I want to say it in a different way. Like So I I don't know, it restricts me a lot. So I have to like tell myself, you know what, sometimes
just let it go.
Yeah.
It gets as it be.
Yes.
Okay, so you recorded Moms, right? What was your expectation? As somebody that wanted to do music, what was your expectation for that first record when you put it out? Were you expecting people to like all of a sudden like love you, or it was just, oh, let me see? What was the expectation for that?
Well, no expectations, honestly, because when I put out the song, it was just on AudioMac and SoundCloud.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know what? Let me just put out. This was my thought process behind it. I was like, let me just put out a song so that when I'm telling people I can sing, I'm not just saying I can sing. I can actually give you a link to my song and say, okay, this is me here. You know, because this is how people are going to discover me. That's just how I saw it. Like, I have to first of all take the first step and put myself out there,
right,
for people to see me. So it started with that song, and then I started doing freestyle videos.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I know Jimmy Abdul put out a beat and then that's when that led to your second single, right? Yeah. Nobody But You.
No, the third single.
Oh, it's the third single rather. Nobody But You.
Yeah, Nobody But You.
I know you've said in an interview that you really followed Tenny from very beginning, and I know she does a lot of freestyles. Would you say she inspired you to be doing freestyles?
Yeah, she most definitely did. Yeah, she did, because I think her freestyles back then are still so vivid in my memory. Like, I remember, Tenny doesn't even stress. Like, me, I stress. Like, if I'm supposed to do a freestyle video, I can do like 50 in one day. I can start in the morning and end in the night, and I have to pick one video. But I feel like with Tenny, she just be like, you know, where's my phone at? But
what if you're only seeing the finished work? What if she also does 50?
Oh, well, but it doesn't just look that way. I don't know. She just made it look effortless. Yeah. She always looked very happy doing it, and she knew her stuff. Yeah, I definitely looked up to Tenny when I was like coming up. You know, before putting out my first song, I was like, you know, how is she doing it? Right. I want to do it like her. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about Nobody But You. He put out a beat, I think, for a song. Was it called One Day? Remind me.
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
I just know he tweeted a beat pack. Yeah.
And you picked what you wanted to.
Yeah, so I went through the beat pack, and that was the beat that I was like, you know what, I'm doing something to this. So I just made the video that day, and I posted it. I remember it was lockdown. It was like day 2 of my lockdown.
Day 2?
Day 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was the reception to the song like?
It was amazing. Come on, you know.
On campus now and everywhere.
It was nothing. I feel like where I was at the time, for anybody who was in my position, it would be completely mind-blowing. Right. Because from nowhere, like, I don't know, I kept monitoring my followers and my likes. It was so superb that day. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, I think that was how I got to meet Mr. Easy.
Right.
Yeah, from Empower. Yeah, I mean, I think Adekunle Gold too. We also started talking from there. Yeah, and I think it was that freestyle too that introduced me to Olamide.
Right, right. And he ended up on his album. Yeah. 2 songs.
Yeah, 2.
You are big, I hope you know that. No, but 2021 was such an amazing year for you. I mean, I'm looking at the Empowered deal, the song, My Baby Bad. Why am I forgetting the name of the song? Yeah. No, you had so many things going on for you. 2 Olamide features. 2021 was big. How are you wrapping your head around it? You know, you just started. Oh
my God. I don't know. I'll just say it was definitely a blessing, because I think about it, I'm like, I don't know where I would be if I didn't make that video that day. You know, because I could have decided not to make it. Like, I was writing other songs. I had other plans. I think I had a different single I wanted to put out at the time before I did that freestyle. Like, I didn't even write the freestyle to the end. Like, it ended in the middle. Like, who's on be, come be for this kind of thing. I should thank you. And that was what I posted. I didn't have plans to finish it as a song. Right. And then people were like, you know, this has to be a song. Yeah. When are you releasing it?
Say finish it, go and record, enter studio.
Man, I feel like it felt great. 2021 felt great. Wow. Yeah. And Baby Rhythm did his thing again. Like,
I think, honestly, if I'm being very honest, that's the first song that like made me notice you here in Ghana. It was everywhere. Everywhere. Wow. It must feel so nice.
Yeah, it does.
It does?
Of course it does.
Okay, so let's talk about Empower. Okay. What was that like?
Working with Empower?
Yeah.
It was good. They're like my first partners, if I put it that way, because we were with them when, you know, Baby Rhythm started making waves and stuff. And I would always attribute like them to like the success of that song, because I'd say they were like, they believed in me, because, you know, you have to like believe in someone to work with them and say, okay, let's push this out there. So I feel like I've definitely owe, you know, gratitude to Empire every time I think of them, because it's not a lot of people. There are lots of people that we're talking to at the time, you know, like, oh, you know, recognize the talent, you know, and stuff like that. And they're like,
but no action.
Yeah, but no action, right? So, it was supposed to be, I think it was like a 2-year deal with them. Yeah, so we worked out, and you know, we've gone our separate ways now.
But it was a good relationship.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah.
So do you still co-own the record label that you're signed to? I think it's Tumblr. Yeah. Yeah,
that's our record label.
Okay.
Like, I opened it with my team members.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, so you have your own record label that you assigned to.
Yeah, I mean, it's more like us just thinking big, really. Like we have a dream and we're gunning for that. Like on paper, it definitely does look nice, you know. Instead of Fave, it's Fave and her team. You know that she's not alone. So if you try anything, Tumblr is coming for you.
On paper, it looks nice. That's a very funny thing to say.
I love that.
The work is not easy, eh? Yeah.